Fans, welcome to episode 2 of Podcastin with yours truly, the host, Kevin the Kid, KDK, the so-called baby face of Total Extreme Wrestling. Now, I have a very special guest on today's podcast. He was mentioned in episode 1 with Max and Shannon. They broke a fucking kayfabe wall. His name is Kyle. If you don't know who Kyle is, then you should go to listen to fucking episode 1 right now. Because Kyle is none other than Jack the Immortal Strider. Yeah, we're going to have Kyle here in just a bit. But first, we're going to bring you the Song of the Week. Brought to you by some guys in the back, aka Max and Shannon. Yeah, we played this song the first episode. Well, not really, just like a tiny part of it, not even the song I'm about to show you. And this explains a lot about Kyle. And yeah, it's this pen-rolled song. So the remix, actually, not I don't think there was actually a song, but yeah, this is the remix. So just sit back and relax to some good old podcasting with KDK. TXW sponsored. Oh, before that, yes, if you hadn't heard by now, we're sponsored by Fam now. We got a partnership. Thanks to them. I don't know if you guys are going to watch this or not, but yeah. But besides that, going back to the podcast, sit back and relax and enjoy this great, mountful song that I think you might enjoy.
You need to shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You shut the fuck up. 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 You shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You need to shut the fuck up. You need to shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You need to shut the fuck up.
Hey fans, we're back here on Podcast with KDK. I'm here with the immortal Jack Strider, aka Kyle Brusso, from the last episode you've heard. What's up, Kyle?
Not much. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Okay, we all know you're Jack Strider, but who is Jack Strider to all these TXW fans? Like, seriously.
Well, for the people who have actually kept track for a long time, like the Lawn fan base, if you watched EWF, Jack Strider kind of started out as an Undertaker mark. Growing up, I was always a big Undertaker fan. I mean, the very first wrestling match I literally ever saw was him debuting at Survivor Series. And I've always been a big fan of his. And so when I joined EWF, I wanted to make something, similar to that style, especially when he turned into this big evil gimmick. So if you watch the original episode, Jack Strider, debuted as a very dull, before I even knew how to make a good call, very dull, tall guy with goatee, black hair, black beard, and just fucking black clothing. I mean, that's all he really was. He had like 2 tattoos that were like pitch black. It looked like paint painted on him.
Yeah.
And over time, I mean, as you watch, I progressed and I added the bandana. I had him write them all. It's like he had a lot more tattoos, a lot more, detail put to him, but still kind of dull. And so for over the years, I kind of went with that. I mean, he used the Last Ride as his finisher and, the whole 9 yards. And so more recently, though, I kind of just wanted to move away from that. I wanted to be more original. I wanted to have a more original idea because I've seen so many people in different leagues go in to say, use different, Undertaker mark, Kane marks, the list goes on. And so I want to be a lot more original. And so with the heel turn I just recently made, you see that Jack Strider is now wearing tights. He's got a very bad attitude. He has a complete makeover. And yeah, and that's what he's going on right now.
And now you have a fan base. Like, how do you imagine that after switching to Trunks?
Well, I had a fan base a long time ago, but like I said, the Undertaker Mark thing just kind of got really dull and boring, so people stopped paying attention to me. And so I was talking with Shan. He helped me with the character, and he helped me redo Strider, just kind of, give him a whole new look. And apparently that's gone really well with the fans because they've really started to take a notice to him. He's become a lot more popular than he used to be, and it's really great to see.
Okay, another TXW question is who would be the biggest rising star currently in TXW?
Well, for the newer guys, I'd probably have to say Max Valverde, just because he's been here for a few months now, but just in terms of the amount of progress he's made in just those short few months. He's gone. He was just some guy I thought he just joined. I didn't really pay too much attention to him,
Right.
but he's shown how he's got really good charisma. He's got good ring skills. He's a nice guy when he wants to be. I'm not going to just bash on him because everyone in TXW busts each other's balls. So we're all like that. So
Yeah.
I got nothing against him or anything. But yeah, to me, he's the fastest rising star.
And opposite to that, who do you think is sucking the most in TXW?
And that's the question I'm stuck on right now. Goddamn. Shit. I guess. I really don't know. I'm not going to name any names, just out of respect for people. I'm going to try being a nice guy, which I'm sure a lot of people who know me are going, "What the fuck?" But yeah, I'm not going to name any names, but there are a few people I can think at the top of my head who are probably not doing so well right now. But I'm gonna be a nice guy and just leave it at that.
You're gonna be a nice guy? Come on, at least one name.
Go fuck yourself.
Okay. How long have you been in TXW? Like, estimate.
Estimate, it's just probably over 4 years now. Me and Shan recruited me before we even started the scene. We did EWF together, and he ran it and I was just on the show, and I think I was the first guy to be recruited besides Smash, his uncle, and pretty much. Yeah, I've been there since the beginning. I remember. I'll tell you the story about how I got started. I was literally like when SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 came out. I was just playing on my Xbox and I was having a good time. I had a match, and then after the match was over, I get this random message from this guy, and who obviously was Shannon. And I quote, he goes, "Hey man, I'm just planning to make this new league. It's not a clan or anything. It's a league. I want to put on a good show. I just want interested if you want to join. So just hit me up if you want to do." And literally, when I heard that message, I just thought to myself, okay, this guy's a fucking tool. I'm just going to ignore him altogether. And so I played a few more matches. I just realized I was getting bored, and I wanted to do something different. And so I'm like, all right, you know what? I can, I'll talk to this guy. And so I hit Shannon up. Basically, he told me he gave me the whole layout. What his idea was, make a league, a federation, as he called it back then. Because WWE was starting to kind of get dull as it is right now with the PG era and all of that shit that's going on. And so, the very first match, this is another story. The very first match that ever happened in EWF was me versus Smash versus Shannon. It was a steel cage match, and the way it worked is we were going to see who was going to be the very first EWF World Heavyweight Champion. And obviously, he won that match. So that's how he got started. And later on, I won the EWF Hardcore Championship, and just everything's rolled on since.
Okay, I have to bring up this story. I remember you and someone in the league that is not here anymore, Crush, had a little bit of chemistry. You want to say something about that?
Yeah. When history between me and Crush, it gets brought up, it's always a good story. For the fans, I'll give you kind of the short version. Basically, Crush and I, the way the whole thing got started is in EWF. After I got started, I got shit luck, and my Xbox got the Red Ring of Death, and I had no money. I was still in high school. I didn't even have a job, and my parents were going to pay for it, so I had to earn it myself. And so basically, I was out for 5 months, and we had a website back then, and so we had this little like chat room on there, and we always talked to each other. I gave guys, I said, hey, I'm giving them updates on my situation, and Crush was one of the new guys in the league, and he was making a name for himself, obviously. And for some reason, when he heard that I was coming back, and by then when I came back, it was SmackDown vs. Raw 2008. And when he heard I was coming back, well, he's thinking, okay, well, I'm going to start shit with this guy. So literally, I think the website's still up. I can never remember the URL, but I'm pretty sure the website's still up. You can probably still find those same chats on there. Where Crush would talk so much amount of shit to me. I mean, he'd say, "Oh, you could come back. You're gonna be so rusty, man. I'm gonna kick your ass. Just wait and see. I'm gonna embarrass you in like 2 minutes, man." And then, I'm just like, whatever. I bitched at him too and everything. And so I came back, and if you watch Scars with Me in 2008, I fucking raped the shit out of him in about 4 minutes flat. And right after that, he raged, he got angry, and he cashed in his rematch clause immediately. And we had a closer match, but I still kind of dominated. And then Shannon told me in a private message that he told Crush that, okay, you know what, I'm getting sick of his attitude and everything. So this is what we're going to do. I told him that at one point I'm going to step in between you guys, and I told him that I'm going to backstab you, Strider, and then, give the title to Crush. Well, what Crush didn't know is he was actually planning to do that to him. And if you watch that video, sure enough, we screw him over, and he gets kicked out of the league. Well, he managed, throughout the years, he's left, he came back, he left, he came back. I honestly don't know what the hell Shannon saw in him. I guess, he's a nicer guy than a lot of people give him credit for. And because, I got so fed up with him. And there were times where I actually had, hope that he changed. But no, each time he'd come back, he'd start running his mouth, his bipolar redneck ass fucking just go crazy on everyone. And fucking, throughout the years, here's another thing. When Shan says that Crush has never beaten me in TXW, he literally has never beaten me in TXW. He beat me like once, maybe twice in a player match, but when it came to actual league, he's come close, but he still can't beat me. And so, yeah, now I believe Crush is I think he's in PNW. I'm not even sure what the hell he's doing. So I'm breaking the fourth wall. How you doing, man? But, yeah, that's kind of the story between me and him. Just fucking flaming each other back and forth. And it's always, my boot's always on top of him. And he's fucking just, been under me. So no homo.
Have you had any controversy with anyone recently?
Controversy with anyone like recently, not in the league, but in terms of everyone in the league, just like outside the show, yeah, I pretty much almost became TXW enemy number one. Fucking like, I don't know what the fuck the deal was. I didn't even realize what I was doing, but like kind of what Max and Shannon were making fun of me. Like I used to play shit over the microphone, fucking just like fuck with people. Yeah, you were there, and fucking well, so people would bitch at me and fucking like get all butthurt about that, and so I get fucking pissed off, and so I bitch at them, and for a short time I became, public enemy number one in TXW. Like no one wanted to talk to me, no one liked me, until recently we had a big sit down, and then we forgave each other. We all, said our problems, and we made good progress. That's what I love about TXW. If we have an issue with each other, yeah, we're bitch, but eventually we all sit down and we all discuss the problem, and we actually all try to find a good solution without fucking just flaming each other. And that's what we did, and now I'm cool with everyone. I've got nothing against anyone. Like I was saying with Max, like, Max can be sometimes a nice guy. Well, fucking, that's what I was kind of referring to with me and him. We used to go at really, really at each other's throats. Like, we'd fucking, to the point that we were yelling, and I'd start playing this fucking most annoying sound in the world 10-minute loop. And, that was the way we kind of went, happened. And that's really the only controversy that we really had recently. I don't think I did really anything else. Besides, every day people leaving, coming back, getting kicked out like we just did shortly ago, which I'm not going to name any names because I'm not even sure if I'm supposed to say anything yet. So I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, that's really the only thing recently. In terms of, like, what I've done in the past, screwing Crush over never got old. So yeah.
So would you think TXW as like another family to you?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say necessarily it's a family, but it's it's probably the next best thing. We talk to each other all the time. Fucking, we're all good friends. We all enjoy wrestling. That's what I really like about this league. We're not just some damn clan who, call ourselves some, dumb name. Not that I'm trying to take a shot at, fam or nothing. So, you guys, if you listen to this, don't take this personally. I'm not saying you guys are stupid because you guys are a clan league. I got nothing but respect for you guys. I'm talking about other clans like, posers, as you guys were discussing. I don't know any of the top of my head, but fucking who call themselves a clan and all they are is a bunch of cheap asshole clan players who fucking have to use glitched movesets and, fire it up and kip up and all this other cheap ass shit. And, all that from SmackDown. So, yeah.
Setting aside from TXW, let's go into some WWE. Who are your top 5 WWE superstars?
Number one right now would probably have to be CM Punk. Just because, there's a few people who are angry at him right now because he didn't actually leave. So, like Max is kind of, like I quote, kind of lost respect for him, I guess, because he didn't walk away, he didn't really prove anything, which I kind of understand from his point. But he's still my favorite superstar just because he's got the charisma, he's got the talent, and he made WWE a lot more interesting than it's been in the last 6 years.
Yes.
And fucking, he's my top superstar right now, just because, he's the whole package. Like, he's that damn good. So he's my number one. Number two, I guess would have to be maybe Dolph Ziggler. I'm big on the fucking, fast, uprising stars in WWE. So the guys like Dolph Ziggler, Tyson Kidd, all these real wrestlers, all these new guys. Daniel Bryan, actually, I take that. He's probably number 3. Daniel Bryan is probably my number 2. I gotta thank Max again because he actually got me into like Ring of Honor, and I love I didn't really know about them or anything. I kind of just paid no attention to them until Max introduced me to them, showed me really some, let me just say, some probably the best matches I've ever seen, and So, I watched some of Daniel Bryan's old matches, and I just say that guy is just fucking unbelievable. He's a tough son of a bitch. And as for my 4 and 5, let's see, who would probably be my 4? There's a lot of guys. I don't know. There's a few guys, but I guess I'll put Undertaker as number 5 just because he's one of my favorite wrestlers, even though he's an old son of a bitch. He's old, broken down son of a bitch now, but I still got respect for him just because of what he's done for the business.
Yeah.
And for number 4, I guess I'd have to say it'd probably be Triple H.
Triple H, why?
Triple H, just because maybe not the new version of the current version of Triple H, mainly just. Especially back when he was in Evolution and when he was during the Attitude Era, he was always probably my favorite wrestler at the time. And regardless what people say on him, he's just that popular because he's banging the boss's daughter, blah blah blah. Well, he was becoming a rising star before he even married Stephanie. So did it help when he married? Yeah, I'm sure it did. But I'm not going to bash him for that. But I still got respect for him in terms of his talent. I don't think he can hang with some of the guys with Ring of Honor because WWE is so just careful now. Like I say, it's a PG era, so they don't do a lot of the shit they used to. Mm-hmm. So in terms of cardio wise, I doubt he can hang with something, especially with the younger guys. But I still got respect for what he's done for the business.
Going back, you said you saw some new ROH, and I remember. A couple weeks ago, we watched what was it?
Final Battle 2010.
No. I think it was best in the world, right?
Yeah, best in the world.
Yeah.
You're right. Best in the world.
It was you, me, Shan, and Max.
Yeah. And I just say that pay-per-view was top notch. So for those guys, if they ever find this podcast, my hat's off to you. You guys. I can't remember who's in the main event. Like I said, I'm still trying to remember learn all the wrestlers' names. But those 2 guys in the main event of that pay-per-view. Yeah. I've got so much respect because both those guys got treated for dehydration after the match. And those guys are just unbelievable and insane. They took it to the limit. So they've got nothing but respect for me.
What about that tag match, though?
Oh, yeah. The Kings of Wrestling, the world's greatest tag team, or whatever they call themselves in ROH now.
The All-Night Express.
Yeah, that was an awesome match, too. Yep. Kings of Wrestling, which I've heard they signed with WWE, I can't wait to see them because they're hilarious. I fucking love them. And regarding the world's greatest tag team, I just say Charlie Haas. Holy shit, he buffed up.
I know.
If you watched like him pre WWE before he left, he was skinny. He was in shape, but he was skinnier. ROH, he's just a monster now. And I've always liked Shelton Benjamin. And for the other tag team, I like them too. The Briscoe brothers. Yeah, I definitely like them.
Let's go back in some TXW. Okay, who do you think deserves the biggest push in TXW?
Who deserves the biggest push? Well, I can't be an asshole and say me, but I could. But no, I've been here a while. I'm not gonna just say I deserve the biggest push because I've done enough stuff. I've won so much championships. I'm not gonna even begin to go on that. I like watching the newer guys try and make a name for themselves. So, who do I think deserves the biggest push? There's a number of people. You've recently got a good push, and I was glad to see that because you were here for a while.
Yeah.
I don't know, Rob Hill.
Rob Hill, yes.
Yeah, Rob Hill. As much as people talk shit about him, I've heard a lot, like saying how he sucks at the game and all that. He's gotten a lot better. And and every year he gets better. I mean, it may be slow progress, but he still gets better. And he's one thing I respect about Rob is, unlike so many people who like just quit the league when they lose matches, he's stuck around. I mean, he was like on I can't remember the losing streak. It was a long losing streak he had, but he stuck around and he kept trying. And now he's a champion. Well, actually, I don't know about
former
anymore. He was a champion.
Yeah.
I forgot. I kind of just stripped that from him. So yeah, my bad. But I've got a lot of respect for Rob. I mean, he stuck around regardless of how many matches he won, lost, and he's gotten a lot better.
Okay. Who do you think does not deserve the biggest push?
Who does not deserve the biggest push right now?
Yes. Not at all.
Wow. Guess I'd have to say Percy.
Why Percy, though?
Just because of some personal things I have against him, and I really don't trust the guy. I mean, nothing personal to him. It's just my personal opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'll just leave it at that. I'm not going to go try to win a total flame war here. I'm just saying, I don't trust the guy. So that's just my opinion.
Okay, let's go into some matches. What is your best match in TXW to date?
What is my best match? Wow. In terms of more than single matches, I had to say the recent Tri-Tables match with Shannon and you was probably the best match we've ever done. That match had everything. It was insane. A lot of destruction, a lot of technical wrestling. I thought it was great. In terms of my greatest single match, that's a good question. There's a lot of them out there. I guess I'd probably have to say me and Shannon at Blood Money.
Blood Money? Not Final Testimony?
Money, or it'd have to be Blood Money, or it'd have to be Survival of the Sickest, where they had the Money in the Bank ladder match. It'd probably actually have to be that one, because me and Shannon, we got such good chemistry with each other, because we know we play with each other so long, so we know how to put on a good show. Yeah. And so I'd say any of those matches I've ever had with him in single competition was probably my favorite match.
And you guys have had a long feud, like...
Yeah, we did. We had a good feud for lasting a couple of months. And right now, I mean, even now, we're still kind of feuding, not directly, but we're still kind of like in each other's skin. So, yeah, I mean, I always respect Shan more than anyone in TXO just because of what he's done. And he's a good friend. So regardless of what people say about him, he's a good guy. You just got to get to know him. It's the same thing with me. So.
Okay, vice versa. What was your worst match in TXO?
That's easy. My worst match would probably have to be. It's gonna be It's gonna be between one of two matches. It's gonna be between my first loss ever in TXW, which was me versus this dumbass kid named Z. Yeah, that was his name. Some ugly ass luchador guy whose name was the letter Z. Like there was no. He played like a cheap motherfucker, and I underestimated him, and he raped the shit out of me. Like I only hit like 3 moves. And he cost me my first loss, but I still don't think that's my worst defeat. I think my worst defeat ever was against J-Man back in early TXW, and it was a ladder match. And what happened is I was literally kicking this kid's ass for 5-6 minutes. I mean, I was just destroying him, and I got to the point where I was pulling down the briefcase, and I weighed back then, and Like it would just pop a little, picture of a briefcase, and the bar would slowly drop. And I stopped pulling on it right when it got to like one pull away.
Mm-hmm.
And I got cocky. And so I jumped off, and as I jumped off, J-Man ran back in the ring and speared me, climbed up and grabbed the briefcase, and became number one contender for my TXW championship. And I was embarrassed is kind of not the correct term to use, because that was just sad that I let that happen.
Besides you and Shannon's feud, what do you think was the second best feud so far in TXW?
Just with me involved, with anyone?
No, like without you.
Oh, without me?
Yes.
Without me, who has a good feud? I think you and Shan had a good feud for a while. You guys had a great feud, I think, actually.
I think it's still going strong, I think.
Yeah, it is. Everett and Shan now kind of starting to feud, so I'm interested in seeing how that's going to go. But, yeah, I think, the good thing about Shan is he knows how to make people look good. So it doesn't matter how bad you are at the game. He's a nice guy. He will make you look good in the match, unless you piss him off. But, so yeah, I mean, all the matches look good with him. I mean, he puts people over so well. Yeah,
he sells, like, everything now.
He does.
Great.
He does.
Let's see. From the people we've lost, who do you think was the most bitchy?
Oh, Crush, by far. That's not even like, I don't even have to think about that. I mean, we're talking about a guy who's bipolar out the ass and fucking lets he to me, he's like the fucking Mick Foley of like call wrestling. He just leaves, he comes back, he leaves, he comes back. He doesn't know when to stop. And fucking like every time he come back, hey guys, I've really changed and everything, but I'm not gonna start shit with anyone. And as soon as I get in the party, hey, fuck you, Strider, you piece of shit. Ass, even though you kicked my ass like 3,000 times, but I remember. Yeah, him by far. That's not even a debate.
Crush.
There's no debate about it. I mean, fucking, I can go on and on about him. I mean, if I do that, this podcast will go on forever. So I'm just gonna fucking leave it at that.
Okay. Let's see. When was your first TXW championship win?
My first win was actually a dark match. It's not on YouTube. I cannot remember who I fought. I think it was this guy named Chainsaw, and basically we fought, and I beat him for the EWF Hardcore Championship.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was really that was like one of my first matches I ever did. So I can't exactly remember. It's not even on YouTube. So, but in terms of being on YouTube, the first title I ever won, let's see, that I actually won. Well, so I was awarded the TXW championship, so I'm not going to count that. The first title I actually won, though, was, I think it was the TXW United States Championship, but no, I take it back. It was the TXW Hardcore Championship when I came back and beat Crush in 4 minutes.
4 minutes?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's Scars Remain. I raped the shit out of him.
Oh, God, have mercy.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. We had to cut it short because the audio didn't get, it didn't fully transfer in when I edited it. It's supposed to be 28 minutes. There's supposed to be an extra 4, but for some reason it didn't work, which kind of pissed me off. I was trying to fix it for a good 10 minutes, but that's okay. Strider was going to talk about the Twitter pages we have. Yes, you can find TXWs on TXWonYT. Kyle's is at Jack_Strider, and if you just follow the TXWonYT, you can see basically follow everyone else's, like mine, Max's, Shannon's, Jacoby's. Yeah, that's most of them. Some of them, actually. Yeah, most of them. Yeah. So yeah, I'm sorry I had to cut it short, guys, but yeah. I was honored to have Kyle on the show. He was that was pretty entertaining. You even saw me laugh like a fucking moron in the fucking background. So yeah. Yeah. I guess this is it for episode 2. I don't know what's gonna go on episode 3. I never know. It's always just nonchalant, spontaneous. Something comes out of the blue, be like, hey, on the podcast, sure, yes, no, maybe so, I don't know, and then it just happens, Yeah, I'm gonna play the end song to this. So hope you guys have a great day wherever you are, whether you're watching this in night, morning, afternoon, whatever fucking thing there is, evening, I don't know. So yeah, I'm KDK, and this is Podcastin with Kevin the Kid. See you guys.